Welcome to today's very random art chat. Here on this channel, we talk about creativity, art, and hopefully you'll learn a thing or two along the way with me while I make mistakes and grow this business. Which business, you may ask? Not which business, not that kind. This business. The one where I make cool shit for a living, content creation, art and craft stuff, knowledge sharing, that kind of business. Now on with our irregular program. I've just returned from a visit with my family on the coast and the summer spent with my son here in Alberta. I don't think I treated my body the best over the last while. I threw caution to the wind, ate a lot of dairy, copious amounts of candy, had little to no sleep, didn't drink water. I feel like I have a bit of a cold. Anyways, onward and upward. So going forward for the fall and winter, I am going to work night and day. During the day, I will be cleaning houses and working at the hardware store. By night, I will be art businessing it up. The last 2 years of growing this business have been focused mainly on returning to art in general. I had only worked at it sporadically over the last 15 to 16 years while my kids were younger. There was a definite need to refresh my skills, grow them more, as well, really importantly, grow a community online, because I had one sort of, but I had neglected it for years. The thing was just hanging on for dear life. Now I have a community. I have lots of individuals, friends, family, strangers, other artists that I've met online all around the world. And we have these vibrant, lovely relationships growing. And that's going to be really important to the business going forward. However, this year, the goals are different. The goals are changing. This year, I have to get a website up and properly running. There is one right now, but it's hardly even worth mentioning. It's just a rough sketch. So I'm gonna go in there, make it very easy to navigate, make it full of free content that is hopefully helpful, and full of available artwork for sale, as well as include a few memberships. Some memberships I've yet to develop, but one I have in mind is a commissions payment plan. And in fact, if you wish to join the commissions payment plan, I've started a waiting list. There's a few folks on there. I'm sure the spots will fill up quickly. Also, time constraints because I am working a day job. Just reach out to me, reply in the comments below, and we can connect and I can add you to that waiting list. So once that website's built, I will be sharing more on there. And that is kind of where I will funnel all of my professional activities, is through the website. I don't think I will be focusing on anything like Etsy. I will just keep it on the website, this YouTube channel, Instagram and Facebook, mainly. TikTok too. The other change I have in mind to make is to close down my Patreon. I've had a Patreon for about 8 months, and I have a few friends and family there who have been immensely supportive. I've put a lot of love and time in there. Not lately. Lately, I've really just neglected it. But previously, I was making private videos there that were really intimate, personal explorations of art, the creative experience, some storytelling. And I had a print club. Now, that print club was made up of original etchings that I would deliver on a monthly basis. The exchange between my friends and family and myself with these etchings was rich. It was an enriching, wonderful experience. However, Patreon, I've been notified, will be increasing their fees by 30%, which is no small matter. And I really don't think it's in the best interest of either myself or the few folks that I have on Patreon to continue there. In addition, my loved ones already have so many etchings at this point. I mean, how many etchings can a person really use? I will continue to create etchings because I love doing it, and I'll just put them on my website for sale if anybody wants them. But I had been hoping to grow quite a large community there with that print club, and now that I've tried that experiment, I'm remembering my years in the gallery. We would occasionally have artists bring in drawings and etchings, and they wouldn't sell very well because the general public doesn't really love black and whites. Artists do. Artists do because they get to see the personality and the mind of the artist better. They can see how they work out different problems and express themselves in a drawing. The general public, they like color. Color is more emotive. For all these reasons, I'm going to dissolve Patreon and I'm going to redirect anyone who's interested to my website, to this commissions payment plan if they're interested. The commissions payment plan came about as a result of a few friends requesting a service like that, because some people, though they're on a tight budget, still would really love to have one-of-a-kind, lovingly handmade artwork that they can pass down to their children and grandchildren that reflects their family and their family values and their heritage. And I would love to provide that service to them. I will provide other memberships there, but I haven't fully fleshed out what that's going to look like, so stay tuned. Finally, I'm going to lean into this channel a lot more. I love making these videos. If I never got monetized, I would keep doing it, because anybody who knows me well knows that I love to tell a good story. I love sharing stories. I collect stories. And also I love to share this weird adventure I'm having. I've been doing a lot of experimenting. It's fun. It's fun to fail. It's fun to succeed. It's fun to learn and try new things. So, on a different note, I want to share with you why. Why now? Why am I starting a business now? With my kids being teens, I've thought, what is the best way I can honor them and serve them at this time with this change? And I've decided the best way to do that is to show them that I am doing well, that I can demonstrate that I can succeed, that they can succeed, that I could be a good example to them. They are on the verge of adulthood, and I think that this is the best service I could offer them, the best way that I can love them. So I had to take inventory of my abilities and talents. I'm living in rural Alberta. There's a lot of work in industry. There's a lot of work in mining and oil and gas in and around the area. There is also a lot of work within hospitals. However, well, big truth bomb here. I have some very serious learning disabilities that have been problematic all my life. I have very large skill gaps. However, interestingly enough, alongside those skill gaps, those very common skills that most people do easily, I have some huge advantages. My brain is especially well suited to entrepreneurial pursuits, to business. I have multiple interests and an ability to synthesize seemingly unrelated topics. I also love to problem solve, and I love to create. Then there's just my fine motor skills, my ability to create things with my hands. That is a talent and a skill that comes naturally to me, that I've also invested quite a bit of time in. So I'm going to pick the low-hanging fruit. This is a thing my kids would have heard me saying all their lives: go for the low-hanging fruit. This is my low-hanging fruit. And I'm going to turn this into a successful family business, a business that allows me to pull my family out of, well, below the poverty line, and eventually invest in their dreams, in their future, offer security to them through their ups and downs and trials. That's the goal. That's what I'm here to do. I bet that for some of you, that really rings true. And you're listening to this and you're like, man, that's me. I want a piece of that. So that's what we're here for. That's the inspiration. And it keeps me quite motivated, quite ambitious. Yeah, I don't really have anything more to say on that. That's what I'm up to. That's where I'm coming from. Stay tuned. I have another video coming out soon from a visit my son and I took up to Kimberley, BC. We drove from the prairie to the mountains to go meet friends from the coast, to discuss art, to reconnect. And we're going to share that with you. The audio quality is, the video quality is pretty cool, Man, it's sincere, it's real, it's authentic, coming from the heart, but it's not super polished. However, for some of you, I think it'll be immensely enjoyable. We love the visit, and I think it'll shine through. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for investing your time and sharing it with me. I hope that I kept you good company. Your time means so much to me.